There he goes. 6 attackers for Ottawa and an empty net for the Maple Leafs. Sanderson up on the wing. Giroux got it in, and it's backhanded into the Toronto end. Round on the boards, played by Perron to the blue line. Sanderson shot goes wide. Wrap-around effort down by Tkachuk goes into the corner. Tkachuk taken there by Benoit to the far boards for Giroux. Giroux back to the point. Sanderson in for Perron to Giroux. Giroux with a wrist shot to the side of the net that Tkachuk couldn't handle. Leafs get it free a little bit back of the net. Played around the boards but not out. Giroux with it again. To the point for Sanderson. Shot coming, blocked. Puck deflected. Chipped out at center ice. Nyes racing after it. He won't get there, but he denies an icing. Nyes has it down in the corner. Pinning it with 1:08 to go. Round on the open corner to the far side. Matthews takes the defensive side of things. Senators have it back of the net. Nylander chasing hard after his man. Shot in now by Zetterlund. Less than a minute. Puck on the boards far side for Tavares. Tavares for Tanev. Back of the net it goes. Centering puck comes in front. Nylander gets it out to an empty net. Please! No, it goes wide. Icing will be called. Sweet Marion Joseph.
Just once.
Why not?
Could we enjoy this?
Could we just? We don't ask for a lot, Mr. Ralph. We really don't.
Well, huge face-off. I think the Leafs will get a break because Travis Green, I'm sure, will call a timeout here.
Yeah.
And Willie Nylander falling in the Leaf zone. Decides he's going to go for the empty net. It doesn't go. And he will stay out.
No timeout. Face off to the left. And the linesman moves in a little bit more. Here we go. Draw to the left of Stolarz. And that didn't go correctly. 38.7 seconds left to go in the third period. Leafs up a goal. Draw one by Ottawa. Stützle to the point to Sanderson. Played off the boards into the corner. 32 seconds left. Back around into the corner it goes, and the Senators get it back to the point. Here's Sanderson, a drive. Blocked there, and the Leafs get it out. Willie! Now you got it, Willie! Now you got it! Penalty coming! Scores! Happy birthday! Happy days are here again. The sky is blue and clear again. We will drink a cup of cheer again. Happy days are here again.
Let's get rid of those bad days in between, though, as the Leafs are going to put this series away. A huge shot block by Scott Laughton. And Willie Nylander picks up the rebound. It's in the high slot and then busts around Jake Sanderson. Sanderson took Nylander down. So there would have been a penalty, or it might have been ruled a goal had Nylander not popped back onto his feet and put the backhander in. So the Leafs will now take a 4-2 lead with less than 20 seconds to go here in regulation time.
Senators get it up on the left wing, and a long shoot and is stopped and thrown into the corner by Stolarz. 8 seconds left. Centering pass. Stolarz, 2 saves. It comes in front of the net again, and time will run out. The Florida Panthers are coming to Toronto. The Maple Leafs slay some demons here tonight. The big boys show up. They play the style of play that the coach has implemented this year. Their goaltender comes up big when he has to, and the Leafs win it 4-2.
Maybe more importantly, the ghosts of 25 years ago beat the ghosts of the last 8 years. As the Leafs saw a 3-0 series lead slide to a 3-2 series lead coming into Game 6. But you give the Ottawa Senators credit. Travis Green did a marvelous job getting this team into the playoffs. I'm not ashamed to admit he got one of my votes for Coach of the Year.
I also agreed with you on that. I had him in my mix as well.
So a good stepping stone for Ottawa. And to stick with it, fourth force the Leafs to a Game 6. I think they really got a lot of confidence, Joe, out of pushing the Leafs to the oh no, not again moment from a Toronto standpoint. But I thought right from the start, the Matthews line came out and were strong in the Ottawa zone. But a huge goal, game-winning goal by Max Pacioretty. And one of the things we had talked about coming into this game, the fourth line has been good. We've seen Tavares and Nylander have moments. The Matthews line have had some moments. But the third line, you need something. And it turns out it was a makeshift third line. Pacioretty started with Tavares and Nylander. And then when he's out with Max Domi, he's able to score the winning goal. Max Domi is an overtime winner in this series. But no point bigger than that backhand assist to the high slot where Pacioretty snapped it home and scored the game-winning goal of this game and this series.
No idea when the next series would start. The Eastern Conference is complete. The Western Conference could have Game 7s on the horizon, depending on how the games settle there. But the Maple Leafs will play the Florida Panthers again.
And the Leafs are trying to stop the Florida Panthers, who have gone back-to-back seasons, obviously going to the Stanley Cup Finals. They look to make it 3 in a row. Tampa did it before the Florida Panthers did. And before that, you got to go all the way back to the mid-'80s when the Edmonton Oilers went to 3 straight finals. It'll be interesting to see. I think many people thought that the Florida Panthers had an easier time with the Tampa Bay Lightning than most of us would have guessed. So Aaron Ekblad will serve the second game of his suspension. And Anthony Stolarz shaking hands now with Claude Giroux as they were teammates. Or no, I guess they weren't teammates in Florida, were they? Maybe
no.
Philadelphia.
Yeah, Philadelphia.
Yeah, years
probably.
ago.
Yeah.
But there's certainly some long faces of the Ottawa handshake lineup, but I think all of them, and this is my favorite part, you see the two goalies having a conversation, masks up, hands on each other's shoulders. And,
there's no other sport that does this.
No.
Not in basketball where you're just on a court. Not anywhere.
Yep.
This is the only sport that after running you through the boards for 7 or 6 or how many games, you are now, I'm going to give you a nice little tap and a handshake and possibly a hug and a kind word.
And another thing I think we should point out to this is that Anthony Stolarz gives up a bad goal to tie the game at 2, but less than 2 minutes later, the Leafs regain the lead. And how many times have you seen Anthony Stolarz bail his team out? And now I think it was great in a high-pressure moment that his guys bail him out. So we're not going to be talking a whole lot about that goal anymore, but how the Leafs were able to rebound and score the game-winning goal. It was less than 2 minutes later that Max Domi found Max Pacioretty in the slot. I thought Willie Nylander, I know he's had the 2 goals, but it was his best game of the series as well. And we brought up Bobby McMahon, who was elevated back with Willie Nylander and John Tavares in the latter part of this game. But everything Craig Berube did in game, the adjustments, ended up working out perfectly.
So it will be the Leafs and the Florida Panthers. The Ottawa Senator fans saluting a team that really has struggled over the last decade. But now the future looks bright. And Travis Green doing a wonderful job with them. They will be vanquished on this occasion, but they will be heard from in future seasons to be sure. But now it's the Maple Leafs. Can they push this envelope? And, of course, that's the next narrative. Well, you've got past 1, but can you get it any further?
Well,
we'll see.
And the last time they got past 1, it was the Florida Panthers that ended their season in round 2. So a lot of opportunities for redemption. And then you've got Carolina and Washington going in the next series, and you're thinking, boy, they're right there. You're not at the point where you're saying they're the favorite by any means, but there's no way you can say that their chances are considerably worse than anyone else's. And I would say Florida's included in that. Although the Panthers, watching that game last night to dispose of Tampa in 5, you say they've still got that Stanley Cup swagger, don't they?